Yes, dear ones. And this is Tara, and what a pleasure it is to be with you today. Certainly so. This year, well underway. Certainly so. So many energies in movement, in motion, the chaos becoming lighter and perhaps even a bit more chaotic than expected, and yet allow the light to filter through the chaos. To reach for the light is to reach for the futures you are dreaming, that new world of dominion that is a part of who you are becoming and is in line with that which is for your highest good. For you have created it from nothing originally, certainly so. A new world given birth to by the mapmaker magicians and reality creators as you allow yourself to know that it is by choice that you are here at this time to evolve human consciousness, to evolve the universe that you are creating, to, you might say, test your mettle, to become more proficient, more masterful in reality creating, and at the same time stepping into the role of co-creator. Certainly so, up until recently, allowing reality to be gifted to you more and more by God and Goddess, by higher self and soul and spirit, as you have been receiving so very much the miracles of joy, the magic that has unfolded by being willing to receive reality has been wonderful and magical and mysterious all at once. And yet this next step of being the conscious co-creator entails stepping forward into your authority, stepping forward into knowing that you matter, knowing that your perceptions, your perspective, your imagination, your desires all matter. Your visions of what can be, and even the fantasy, the fantasia, come into play. For what is the future but an imagining that becomes more real and then in time manifests? And so as you take your place, knowing your value, knowing your worth, for so much of your time so far has been wondering about that. Is it all about earning? No, it is not. Is it all about receiving? No, it is not. It is a combination of the two. The earning is for yourself, from yourself, by yourself. The receiving is from others, but those that are more than you, without going into inadequacy or less than, but receiving from a place of empowerment, knowing that receiving is a strength. It is important, absolutely, and you have become masterful at receiving reality. And now to be more proficient at changing what is so right now, changing it in accordance with your will and with love. To apply your magic to reality in an instant, to change your experience. It is who you are. It is no mistake that you have had this desire for magic to be a component of your metaphysics, for reality to shift and change in an instant. Has always been the vision. And now you are closer than you know. And all that it requires is authority, authorship, to know that you make the difference. And with that comes a bit of trepidation, perhaps, or dread. How can I be responsible for all of it? And as you know, that is the lesser self speaking. For you can be responsible for your part and allow others who are more to be responsible for the rest. And so today, a meditation to show up differently, to show up as more of who you truly are, to understand the value you bring with your presence. For your presence is of soul, that stream of light that is eternal and love as well. Sourced in God and Goddess, for lack of a better description, it is the language that you have chosen to describe the experience of Source. You can use other words if they suit you better. The intention is there, the luminous intent, and so your higher self opens your eyes to what is so, opens your senses to what can be and what has always been. And as you allow yourself to be expanded and to work your magic from that place of expansion, you don't need to maintain it 100% of the time for it to work. But when you work your magic in that expanded, heightened state of awareness, of consciousness, of perception, it works better, more easily, more elegantly, because you are not alone, because you are connected, because you are receiving what is needed to make it so. And so just lean back or lie down and gently close your eyes as you prepare to enter an altered state of mind we call meditation. Breathing gently, breathing gently, a breath of relaxation. Breathe it in deeply. And on the exhale, release the stress and strain from your day. Breathing in more relaxation. The breath fills your lungs and opens your heart as the energy flows throughout your being, finding all the places where you hold your tension, breathing in more relaxation on the exhale. That tension releases instantly. And the relaxation flows down your arms and out your fingertips. The relaxation flows down past your diaphragm into your belly and into your hips and down your legs, past the knees, past the ankles, and out the tips of your toes. Breathing in more relaxation, and on the exhale, you feel the lightness of being that comes from total relaxation. And just relax as you become more still, more present. Just be in the stillness. And we will count from 10 to 1. With each descending number, you'll go deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. Breathing gently in and out. And we will count from 10 to 1. At the count of 1, you'll find yourself in your safe place. Your safe place may be a beautiful place in nature, or a room of your own design. Familiar and beautiful and safe. Continue to breathe gently in and out. With each cycle, you go deeper and become more and more relaxed. 10, 9, 8. Going deeper, letting go. 7, 6, 5. Begin to sense safety around you. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're there. In safety, feel the tingles on the soles of your feet as the earth energy rises up to greet you, swirling around you and within you, grounding you in safety as you open your mental eyes. See what safety is made of for you. Perhaps it's in the colors, bright or dim, or the light of day or night. Allow it to be your favorite time, and the light is just so, allowing you to know that you are safe. Perhaps it's in the boundary, near or far. Wherever that boundary is, it supports your sense of safety. And notice the sacred objects you've placed there from your many journeys with higher self. A beautiful crystal, a mantle of magic, a staff of power, symbols or sigils, a message from your dreamer, a blueprint from your Syrian magician. Just notice the qualities of safety. And just as you relax into safety, invite your higher self to join you. And there at the edge of safety, a beautiful being of light appears. Or perhaps your higher self comes in personified form, familiar to you. As you approach each other in greeting, feel the love, the unconditional love your higher self has for you. As your heart opens wide, your mind expands. In the presence of higher self, you can relax even more. You can lean into the love. Perhaps you embrace or hold hands or just be together in safety. And in this resonance, this beautiful resonance of connection with higher self, it's important to be aware of who you are, the more of you, and beyond the more of you, who you truly are, a being of light, a being of love, a soul. having a physical experience. From time to time, it's important to question your journey. Today is one of those days, for you are at the beginning of a new year, the beginning of a journey into a future you are co-creating. Your higher self being one of your primary co-creators has a depth of wisdom and positivity that you wish you could maintain always, and yet you know, in the physical plane, in time and space, it is difficult. And so you are forever striving to reach those states. And so today, an opportunity to step into your authority, to design something new, to determine your next steps with more clarity. And so your higher self has a journey planned for you to question, to explore. Follow your higher self to the edge of safety, where your higher self steps across the boundary onto a path. As you take your step, you feel the shift in the energy as you move beyond safety. Safety has its function, has its purpose. Always a wonderful starting point, but you were never meant to remain there. You are intended to explore beyond safety. And with higher self, it's possible to do so with joy, to allow the excitement of something new to be a positive excitement, to lean on higher self during these ventures so that you can relax, so that you can allow it to be more fun and less about worry or doubt or fear. Your higher self understands. The unknowns can create uncertainty. And so we always recommend that you explore the unknowns, the beautiful, the silent, the sacred, so that you become familiar, not so much with the content that you will receive, because it is unknown until you receive it, but the process of getting there, the act of requesting energy and receiving it into yourself. And then when you return to see what has changed, what is the unknown energy that is now in the known, where you can observe and experience it. It is that process that is important. Today is about gathering authority. Because as you stand in your authority, you release from yourself the old definitions and open to a new definition of authority, one based on dominion, one of authoring something new, experiencing reality differently through new eyes. Through the eyes of knowing you matter, that you are here with purpose, and that you design that purpose, and you redesign it on occasion, and your higher self weighs in and helps you know when you are on track, and your soul guides you internally, through your senses, through your intuition and your urges to grow, and in your curiosity as well. And as you walk the path, your higher self is leading you deeper and deeper. The terrain begins to change. Some of it is familiar. And when you recognize that which is familiar, you relax a little bit more. And then your higher self changes course. Perhaps you find yourself descending down to a beach or into a valley or up a mountain or deeper into the woods. All familiar, and yet this time a little different. You feel the energy, the excitement of something new, the awareness that you are entering new terrain. And you look to higher self. Am I enough? Am I good enough? Am I masterful enough? Have I done enough? Am I worthy enough? And even as you think the thought, am I worthy? You know that you are. For worth is given, a gift from God and Goddess. And when you stop trying to earn your worth and just acknowledge it is given, you cannot have more than anyone else. You cannot have less. It is not about quantity. It is a quality within you that recognizes value. What is valuable to you may be different than to others. And yet the ability to perceive value is part of that gift of worth. Am I valuing myself? Am I valuing others? You have an internal meter. And so you know when you are on track. You know when you want more. You want to learn new skills. You know when your skills are enough. And deep within you, a courage, a bravery you didn't know was there has emerged on occasion from time to time. And that is your soul giving you an extra boost of light and love. So that you take that action that you need to take, so that you ask the right questions, as though there can be right and wrong in this equation. But you do ask questions. And as you've been walking, you find yourself either at Ocean Beach, where the waves gently lap the shore. Step forward just a little bit to wet your toes. Sink your feet into the wet sand. Whatever you find pleasurable. Perhaps you like the heat of the sand more than the wet. And so you move back from the waves a little bit and look out to the horizon, way out in the distance. It seems as though there is no end to sky or water, at that horizon. Your mind tells you they can only go so far, but the perception is one of pure possibility. And you feel it most definitely at the beach, where the elements are exalted. And just be there with higher self, if it's the beach that you journeyed to. And watch the play of light on the waves. And open your senses. Perhaps you made your way down into the valley. A valley of beauty, of colors, in the flowers, in the plants, in the trees, in the butterflies or hummingbirds, in the rainbows of the waterfall, rainbows in the sky, brighter than ever before against the blue sky. As you make your way down into the depth of the valley, follow the sounds of the water, a babbling brook. As you get closer to the waterfall, you hear the water, the sound of water, so wonderful, so peaceful, and at the same time so energizing. And you sense the mist on your skin before you turn the corner and see the waterfall. It's as though you enter a different realm, one where the elements are at play. The undine, the sylph, the salamander, the gnome, all present. And you have a choice to make. Do you go into the pool of water, or do you follow the path behind the waterfall, deep into the earth? You cannot get it wrong. Ask yourself which would be more fun, and go ahead and do it. Your higher self will join you, either taking a dip in the pool, splashing in the water, or following the path up the mountain behind the waterfall. A place of stillness, a place of beauty to connect with the earth more deeply. And just experience whatever is there for you. You begin to understand, even when there are many choices. Each choice has its value. And your participation matters. And so just relax in the stillness. If you found yourself ascending, perhaps you make it beyond the tree line and continue, knowing you need to go to the top of the mountain, because that is where you have the experience you're looking for, to feel the freedom with the sky above, seemingly bigger than before, more vast. And you feel the air lift your spirits, bringing you joy. Open your heart, open your mind to the air. Let it fill you with freedom. Activating your spirit is what is needed at this time. You've been here many times before, at the precipice of a success or an experience. Recognizing when you have achieved something new. Not necessarily out in the physical world. It can be something within your inner world, and awareness, a new recognition of who you are. And in this place, at the top of the mountain, a place of celebration, of honoring yourself more, with higher self there to witness, still connected to earth, and yet free to fly, to be at one with air. And just be. Enjoy. Perhaps you found yourself walking deep into the woods, a sacred grove. The ancient ones, the silent sentinels, welcome you. You feel their welcome well before you see them. Follow the path and look for the well-lit clearing. Perhaps lit by a single beam of light, or perhaps more broad than that, and the trees have moved aside to allow the sun or the moon to light your way. As you make your way with higher self deep into the woods, into the grove, into the sacred and the silent, open your senses and notice the connection you have with earth consciousness. You take in so much information through the soles of your feet. And your body responds. You have a guidance system that draws you to where you need to be to listen to the whispers. And you become aware, in communion with the ancients. The connection is real. The connection is what sustains you, helps you know the difference, helps you understand your part in the greater scheme of things, helps you value yourself more, the part that you play. Your voice matters. And take a moment to share something of your journey with the ancients that have gathered. Be together. So wherever you are, at Ocean Beach, at Waterfall, a mountaintop, or in Sacred Grove, your higher self is there to orchestrate this next event. to step into your authority, it must be a conscious choice. Your higher self cannot make it for you, but can invite you and can clear the space so that you can see your value, what you have to bring. Possibility before you. The elements are exalted. You are aware of them. Your perceptions are expanded. Gather your authority. Perhaps it comes as a staff. Perhaps it comes as a wand. Perhaps it comes as a chalice. Perhaps it comes as a beautiful fabric, a veil. Whatever form the authority takes, it is for you to choose from the sea of possibilities. So much is possible. All is possible. Infinite possibility. And yet, it is through your perceptions that you bring forth new realities. Look to what you desire. And what is the source of your desire? Where does it come from? What is the source of your desire? And as you question, be willing to hear the answer. Be willing to know that you are a part of something more. That you are attuned to something more that comes from soul. To allow the communication of soul to enter into you through your crown, through your heart, through your solar plexus, and to extend to the staff, or the wand, or the chalice, or the veil, and to use your magic to dip from the sea of possibility, beautiful dreams that can become visions, that can be fantasia. Gather from the sea. If you found yourself at waterfall, notice that you are never alone. The elementals are part of your reality. They speak to you in nature, through your creations. The earth acts as a vessel, a place to go within, to enter your dream states, to commune and gather from the dreams new meaning, new purpose, and to express your creativity with the help of the elementals. Different from working with fairy, the elementals have a purity, an innocence, a sweetness that is part of their power. They teach you about power, about co-creation, about collaboration and communion. And just notice they give you a gift. Perhaps it is a staff, a wand, a chalice, a veil, and invite you to dip from the pool of possibility. Or from the rainbows. From the waterfall. Simply gather something new. Allow yourself to gather from the dew line. Open your senses. Open your imagination. And fill yourself with the knowing that you can perceive, that you do perceive, and that there's simply choice to be made. If you found yourself on mountaintop, immersed in the air, full of freedom and joy, in this heightened state, with higher self there to collaborate, draw upon the energies that fill you with spirit. And there, a staff, a wand, a chalice, or a veil, and take it to gather of spirit, knowing it is your access to gathering the energies of manifestation. It is important for you to be filled with vision, to be filled with knowing that what you vision can be manifest. And there may be a sense of, what if I choose the wrong thing? Let it go. Let the air lift that out. Let the fear go. Let the worry go, the doubt. For you are closest to manifestation. You've done the inner work. You've done what's needed to discern of all the possibilities, of all the dreams. You have the visions. You're ready to manifest. And it is here at that juncture that you are most aware of spirit. Allow your spirit to fill you and whisk away the doubt, the worry, and embrace the knowing you are not alone. You were never alone. And as you open, your soul fills you with courage, open to your courage to step forward, to make it happen. You know it's time. You are ready. You have the help you need. And the air embraces you and lifts you higher so that you have that perspective. As you look down, you notice all is well. Cannot get it wrong. And the air gently settles you down on mountaintop, where you feel the security, you feel the depth of strength that the earth provides. If you found yourself in sacred grove, communing with the ancient ones, listening to the whispers, you are already content, so very content, happy to be in this sense of community, knowing you belong, knowing you have a voice, and that your voice matters. They offer you the staff, or wand, or chalice, or veil, whichever appears. Gather from the ether more possibility. Create the space for something new. For as wonderful as this, as you know it has been, you are ready for the new, and it requires new space. Create it. Gather from the ether. Gather and expand the space. The ancients assist. You are not alone in this endeavor. They will have you expand it just so. For there is a fine balance between what is, what was, and what will be. As you open to what will be, it reframes who you are. You become aware of what is needed. As you gather from the ether, along with that, allow the expanded space to provide you with the new resource, the confidence, the inspiration. Whatever is needed, the knowing you matter, and that you are not alone. Let it fill you. Settle into the expanded state. You are enough. You are good enough. You matter. Whichever space you're in, the work is done. Your authority has been revealed. You will grow and change with that authority. And each time you revisit, it will be brand new, for you have grown, you have changed, you have become something new. And with a gentle touch, your higher self leads you back to the path. It's time to return. There's more to be done in safety. And so you make your way back to safety, quicker than before. There you are, crossing the boundary as you step into safety. And there, set down your staff, set down your chalice, or your wand, or your veil, for you will be using it again. Your higher self will keep it safe. It's time to return to the here and now, knowing you have changed. As you say your goodbyes, your higher self moves to the edge of safety, and you prepare to return to the here and now. At the count of 5, you will be back, feeling vibrantly alive, remembering all that is appropriate, and not a bit more. We will count from 1 to 5. With each number, you will return a little bit more until at the count of 5, you are fully back. 1, 2, returning. 3, sense your fingers and your toes, wiggle them about a bit. 4, and 5. Open your eyes. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale to ground. Rub your legs or your arms, or gently tap your forehead if needed. If you need to ground, breathe in and breathe out.